Hey guys, it's Amin Shawki here, Head of Growth and Strategy at InfoTrust, again for another snackable content video. Today's topic, or right now's topic, is data validation and monitoring. What it is, why it's important, and some of the tools that we built and use to make sure that this is followed in a best practice within your organization. So to do this, I did put a few slides together, and I'm going to walk through just a few very quickly and then do a quick demo of a technology that we built around this. So, data validation and monitoring, why it's important. Well, first I'll start with some challenges that occur in digital marketing and analytics. To summarize the slides, the text on this slide, you put a lot of effort into setting up tracking, deploying pixels, using tag management system, getting your analytics platform in place. Your sites are constantly being improved and your development team is releasing new changes, and everything looks great for some time, but then suddenly down the road you lose tracking. Something breaks, something happens, and there's no way of really understanding what might be happened or how to prevent it. And really that's a big challenge, particularly for anyone that manages more than just one website, one platform. Yes, there's QA testing and lots of things in place to prevent things from breaking, but when you have so many tags, so many sites, so many things to manage and maintain, understanding when a tiny event or a goal or some kind of pixel stops working is the challenge. So really that's the thing that we wanted to try and address, is that validation ongoing, so that it's not countless hours and manual time spent testing and making sure every single thing is perfect when you have really robust and a lot of tracking in place. How can we automate that, make sure there's no regression, and get a visual across your business, particularly again if you're using or managing multiple sites, multiple platforms? How do you get that overall business view that everything's working, everything is healthy? And how do you automate that? And then also get alerted as soon as something happens, as soon as something breaks, so they can immediately jump to fix it. These are the challenges that we face with our clients, that our clients have faced for a number of years, that we have sought to solve. And we think we have with our validation and monitoring solution. So our solution is broken up into two tools, or two main aspects. If you know InfoTrust, you probably have heard of our technology Tag Inspector. And Tag Inspector Real-Time is essentially a way to validate that tracking that happens on your site. The pixels that are firing, your data layer or attributes, and making sure that that remains in place. So our technology Tag Inspector Real-Time sits on your website, sees how users are interacting, and in real time can tell if a particular event, action, or data layer attribute starts dropping or missing. It'll alert you, send a validation alert failure, and we have dashboards built for cross-site, multi-platform visuals to see overall how's the business health in terms of tracking. Are we maintaining our data layer before and after releases? Is everything firing, all the pixels continually tracking for those key interactions and validation points? So what I'm showing on the screen here is just a dashboard we built in Data Studio, powered by Tag Inspector Real-Time Data. And you can see there's many different example sites. It could be different countries, different platforms, domains, whatever. And all the little touch points that we're checking for, making sure specific events are firing, things in the data layer are still captured there, GTM and GA IDs are correct, they don't get flopped or switched in the tag management system or in the source code, and what's our rate of success. Another visual that we can see, powered by the same technology and same tool, is outages over time, or trends. So what we're showing here is rate of failure over time. In this particular dummy example, it's around 10% or less, but you can see there's little bumps every so often. Maybe this correlates with releases from your tag management system, or releases from your developers, or some sort of campaigns that trigger a lot of data not to be tracked or something to break. So tracking this over time, seeing your trend lines of when there were failures across your platforms, across all your rules and things that you're checking for, it'll help you be more preemptive and prescriptive, if you will, in fixing your data collection, making sure that ongoing monitoring and data validation remains, and you have integrity with the data that you're collecting. Now, the other side of this that is a custom technology and platform that we built is around validating Google Analytics data itself. So tool number one, powered by Tag Inspector, is all technical, checking the data layer on site, checking the pixels firing, making sure events are tracked as users are interacting. But sometimes there's something that happens in Google Analytics configuration that might cause the data to drop or change. Or on the flip side, maybe a campaign was launched for a few markets or sites and there was a massive increase. And without checking analytics daily, with lots of hours spent, you might miss these fluctuations in traffic. So we configured a tool that essentially looks at Google Analytics data yesterday compared to a 90-day average, which is not possible to do in Google Analytics interface alone, and comes up with a dashboard that shows you all your views and all of your key metrics and dimensions and activities all in one visual with that percentage change yesterday versus a 90-day average. Sure, Google Analytics has alerts, but those are limiting. It's only yesterday versus the same day before, or same day the previous week. It doesn't show you that average, and that average is really key to see if a spike or a drop is noteworthy, or is it just along our average here. So getting this global visual of all of your views, all of the metrics, and the percentage changes can be really, really helpful. On top of that, with the Google Analytics dashboard tool, we can set up daily email alerts so that across all of your different platforms, sites, brands, what have you, you can see those top key conversions or metrics or data points that you're collecting. What was yesterday's volume versus the average, the percentage change. And the reason I'm showing this mobile visual here is because the way our clients use this, every day they get an email in the morning, they can scroll through one quick email, all of their platforms and say, is my business healthy? Is there any major drops or is there any major spikes from campaigns or things that happened in the last 24 hours compared to that 90-day average, which is key. So without further ado, let's jump and do a very, very quick demo of this monitoring platform. So this is the monitoring platform. You can see we have example views that are maybe different markets, different websites, different domains, whatever the different things that you're managing. This is particularly useful for multi-brand organizations and all the different metrics that you want to see in one visual with changes over time. This is all dummy data, but you can see, for example, the JP production example view here had a drop of 60% for this particular type of product that was purchased or utilized. So scrolling down, you can see there's some major drops of 100% or no comparison possible because there's no data at all. And this is all configurable as far as the colors and volumes and thresholds that you want to check and which views you want to include. There's even a section where you can add annotations, so you can have some context provided to those spikes, those increases and dips. Again, if you're managing this in Google Analytics across different properties, you have to recreate the annotations potentially, or use a roll-up property, which again only gives you that trend line, doesn't give you yesterday versus that 90-day average, to really truly see if something meaningful happened or changed. You see there's other tabs where you can have other key dimensions or attributes that you want to check time in the trend line, the alerting. You can also change some account settings. So this is all plug and play product. Once you set up with us, you plug it into your Google Analytics data directly, and on a daily basis using the API, this is refreshed. But you can decide which views you want to include in the dashboard, as well as which metrics or attributes you want to measure against in this platform. And under the views, this is where you can select, do you want to show it in that daily email report, or which tab and view do you want to analyze this in? So the way this is utilized by our clients and by us is on a daily basis or regularly. We check this platform to see what happened across all of our systems, all of our sites, and was there a meaningful change, an increase or drop, and what happened. This is more on the GA side of this platform, where Tag Inspector in this visualization is more source code changes, and really gives us that confidence that if we see something failing, we can immediately jump to see what happened. Is it in the data layer? Is it via the tag management system or the tracking itself? Or is it in the platform, Google Analytics in this case, directly? So data validation, ongoing monitoring, these are our solutions and tools to really give that confidence that everything after you deploy it will maintain that integrity and continue to track exactly how you need it so that you can be successful in your online campaigns. So hope this was helpful. Background for you, again, this is Amin Shawki back here, but let us know if you have any questions or you're interested in doing some ongoing monitoring, data validation, or learning more about that process. Thanks for watching.